Welcome to the 21st Legislative District. This is my district office here in downtown Edmonds, and we're going to start a tour of our wonderful district here, including Edmonds, Linwood, Mukilteo, parts of Everett, and Mountlake Terrace. But want to make sure you remember to stop by my district office when you have a question about legislation or have an issue with a state agency. We're here to help right down here on Dayton Street. So we'll make sure that you have an address available and look forward to the tour. Let's get to our next stop. I want to thank you for spending some time with us talking about what it's like being a small business owner. First, just if you could talk a little bit about why you located your business in Edmonds and what it's like to be a small business owner down here.
Absolutely. When my wife and I first moved to Edmonds and kind of walked through the town, we walked into some of the local businesses that were obviously already here and found just a really welcoming business community. I'd say the vast majority of small businesses in Edmonds are owned by residents, and I think that's a really important connection that the businesses have to the community.
What's your experience been sort of dealing with the tough economy as someone that's trying to operate a business at the same time?
People have realized the importance of small business, not only to their lifestyle, but I think to communities as a whole. So people, especially here in Edmonds, have been very supportive of making sure that their businesses prosper, because then their communities prosper. And I think some of the things that I see statewide, I've seen great support in that, whether it's leaders like yourself just talking to business people, promoting some of the national things that are out there, the 350 Project, just making people aware of the importance of small business, what it does for our economy as a whole.
So now we're talking with your other hat on as a city council member. What makes Edmonds a special part of the 21st District, a special part of the Puget Sound community?
Sure. Well, I think right here, obviously, this is kind of the iconic image of Edmonds. Downtown, really is the heart and soul of the city. But Edmonds is also very diverse. We're right now the second largest city in Snohomish County, which I think a lot of people forget, because Edmonds is so much more than just the bowl. And we have some great opportunities, I think, as a city and as part of South Snohomish County to really make a difference in people's lives, whether it's addressing issues of poverty, issues of the environment. I think Edmonds can really be on the leading edge of important things that affect families and people all over the county.
What are some of the unique challenges that you see as a city council member here in Edmonds? And again, thinking about the state, what are some ways that you've seen partnerships with the state? What are some of the big issues that Edmonds is going to have to tackle in the next few years from your perspective?
Right. Obviously, the economy is number one on everybody's mind. Again, as Edmonds is based on small businesses, so I think partnering with the state, with other members of other neighboring jurisdictions, I think is really important that we make sure that Edmonds is part of the broader solution of the state as a whole, that we don't just think of ourselves just as a city, but that we're part of kind of this broader group of communities that are all struggling. And I think we can work together to find creative solutions for not only the city, but for the state as well.
What would you say to a citizen that has a question about a city service they're receiving or a project in their neighborhood? Do you think that city leaders here in Edmonds are ready and willing to listen to them? And what would you say to a citizen out there with some questions?
I think absolutely. That's one of my goals as a city council member, is to make sure that we're using technology for the betterment of the city, and one of the big uses of that technology is communication. So emails, phone calls, all of those things are important to me to be able to connect and find out what concerns people have throughout the city. And so I encourage anybody to pick up the phone, send an email, or of course just come to a city council meeting on Tuesday nights. It's important to have your voice heard.
Well, Strom, I want to thank you for giving us a tour of downtown Edmonds, and good luck to you.
Thanks, Marko. I appreciate your service to the community.